Hey everybody, Scruffed here. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing really well. Welcome back to myself as well, because this is the first time I've booted up Farm Simulator 25 in 10 days. And yeah, I've just been busy. Obviously went away, was talking about that a lot in the previous videos that I was making prior to going away. And then when I got back, I had to do the farm, and it took me ages to set up the start of Season 3 with the intro that was working with Beanie on, and then obviously setting up all the GE stuff and the save game stuff and everything, and getting the storyline pretty much set up. I mean, I did a lot of that work whilst I was away, but yeah, the actual physical work on the computer I couldn't do till I got back. So it took me ages over the weekend to just get the one episode that dropped on Monday for the farmhand sorted out. And then I went to my farm job, went back to that had been a couple of weeks as well. So yeah, Monday, Tuesday. So we're now on Wednesday, and it's the first time I've actually had a chance to sit and boot up Farming Simulator, and I missed playing on Saxlingham. I really did. I saw a load of pictures from people in Discord and elsewhere just playing the map and enjoying it, and I really did enjoy the first 5 episodes, so I'm glad to be back. The plan is to just do a couple episodes. Obviously got the farmhand again and everything, but we'll keep playing on this series because it is really good. And I feel like FS25, it's almost had like a rebirth, especially for the UK players. I have seen people in the comment section that I've not seen in probably over 12 months on the farmhand and on the channel in general from my Let's Play series, and it's really good to have you back. And I understand a lot of people just stop playing the game for a little bit until maybe they wait for mods, and mainly for, I think, for a new UK map. And I think, yeah, I said it in the preview video that I did, or the showcase video of the map, that Saxlingham is just what the community was crying out for, in my opinion. And you know, it's good to see everybody back and enjoying the game again, hopefully. And we've also got a lot of mods that I think, especially for PC, I think it's more so for PC than it is for console, unfortunately, but there's so many script mods that just stand out to me that are coming, you know, on Mod Hub now, and also all the GitHub versions from Arrow and everything, which we actually had an update today. So it's nice to see Arrow back in work, because I know he's taking a bit of a break, but he's done another update to the Realistic Livestock mod, so that's going to be good. And hopefully we'll see some more work coming from modders in the future, especially script mods, because I think they are changing the game. I mean, Oz, big shout out to Oz. He's done a few cracking mods now that really have improved the game. But there's other mods that you see. I think just if you add them all up, they make such a difference to the way we play the game. The tyre mod, for me, the way that, tyres can now kind of like get worn. You can see this is like 38% worn now. So yeah, tyre wear 38%. So when it's down to like, or up to 100% tyre wear, that'll be like a bold tyre, and we can get it changed out. Things like that, when you combine them with all the other script mods, they make a massive difference. And I have actually seen a few console players switching over to PC recently and asking questions in my Discord server about advice on it. And if you are a console player watching and you are moving to PC for any reason at all, you want to jump into the Discord, ask a question, even advice on tech questions, setting up your PC, or what parts to do if you want to go it yourself, or what's going to be a good build for FS25. And then also like moving over to manually inserting mods into your mod folder if you don't want to do it in using the in-game mod hub, which I never do, by the way. Never. I literally never download any mods in-game. I always download them directly from the mod hub website, and then as they come down, I copy and paste them into my mod folder. That's how I've always done it, and I prefer to be a bit more hands-on with it. Now, the only issue is you can't rate the mod there, so I have to go into the mod hub just to rate mods. So I almost like forget to rate sometimes most of the mods I'm using. I do go and rate, the ones that I'm like really wowed about and stuff like that, but that's the only issue with the mod hub website. We can't rate mods anymore. I wish you could do it from there, because as I'm seeing them, and you maybe you go back the next day and you've been using it, you can go and give it a good rating then. So that's the only negative to that. But yeah, feel free to jump in. Always there to offer any advice. If I can give you sound advice, then I'm willing to do it. But yeah, that's about it. But we're going to get back to it. Like I said, I have not actually played this for 10 days, and we're just carrying on from where we left off. Let me just turn the volume down. Right, I mean, recording just stopped because I was literally saying I'm going to turn the volume down a bit, because I found recently that my recording volume for in-game is just shot up, and it's always when like you get maybe a Windows update and it changes something along the lines to do with the audio, and then everything comes out of sync really. And I know you can use the mixers to kind of gauge that, but I'm using the ones in game, and I've got my game audio right now set to 50%, but it still comes across in the video really loud. So when I'm doing my editing and I've got my audio that's separate, yeah, it's something that I'm trying to balance a lot of the time nowadays to get right. We have got a bit of lag, by the way, so a bit of stuttering, and the reason for that is I've upgraded, well, I've updated, should I say, my BIOS for my graphics card. So usually when that happens, when all the shaders are getting recreated, you can see it now, it can be a bit stuttery. So that will go away in time, but even my graphics card's a bit like, where have you been for 10 days? It's got a bit of rust and dust on it. We're going to carry on. Like I said, last episode, I pretty much saved, shut down the computer, and I booted it back up in 10 days' time, and I'm at the exact same spot, same time, not really done anything. And yeah, this is where I'm at. So we're going to plant in 3 and 2. We're going to carry on with what we had planned, which is we did oats in 7 and 19 whilst we were mowing these fields here, 6 and 5. Now, we're going to make the bales today. We're going to do some silage. We're going to lease out a few bits and bobs. I also want to swap out a front loader, and I'll get into that in a second because I found a much better one that will be suited to our little John Deere that's actually been the main tractor for me. I've been using the other one for the workers so we can get other jobs done. Yeah, try and be a bit more productive. But let's use the in-game worker. We will go with, yeah, we may as well go with 3 headlands. I'm not too fussed about that. And if we start it going, it's got oats in. We might need to go and pick up some more seeds. If we do, we can always get that sorted out. But yeah, we'll plant in the oats. I mean, looking at the crop calendar, we're going to be doing what, winter? Yeah, winter oats. So they'll grow over the winter, and we'll be able to harvest them in July next year. We're going to have a big jump at some point because of the fact I've not really got too much else to manage after I've made the silage. Because yeah, we haven't got many animals. The ones we have got, we're kind of rearing the suckling cows, if anything. You know, we're just rearing them up and selling them. It's a good weight, and yeah, you can see we went for some younger stock. This 12-month one is probably the oldest I've got. Actually, there's another one here, 13 months. So went with some good genetics. Now there is, which is going to be interesting, there is an update. It came out literally as I was setting up to record. So I booted up the game, jumped in, got all my software ready for recording, and then I saw that Arrow had released an update to its realistic livestock mod, and it's added in the option now to castrate males. I know that sounds horrific, and it is horrific. Like no one wants to be castrated as a male, but it happens in farming for good reason. Obviously, you'll have a breeding bull, but then you'll have others that aren't breeding bulls, and they're getting fattened up. So let's say that we go and buy, like we have done here, all these bulls, but we don't want them to breed. We only want one. Maybe this Hereford bull here has the best genetics, and if we do a bit of breeding, which we can do, it's why I bought these 12-month, this 12-month and this 13-month beef stocks. We've got a Hereford and a Limousin. I don't think we got any more. No, we didn't. All the other ones are going to be to rear and sell. So these two are going to breed. Now, hopefully, they'll breed with the oldest bull, which is, I'm sure I had one that was close. So anyway, let's just say that the Hereford bull is the one we want to breed with. It's got the best genetics. We could technically just castrate these bulls here, these 4, and these Angus as well, so these 8 in total there, and they wouldn't breed out. And it's a nice option to have. It's realistic, very realistic. It happens all the time with lambs. It happens all the time with, you know, calves. It's just how it is in farming. You know, usually you've either got AI way of doing it or you've got having a breeding bull. So yeah, and it's better to do it that way. It's easier to manage because then you know, right, this bull can't service any of these anymore because these young calves that are coming off are technically its offspring, so it needs to be separated out. The offspring does, and get another breeding bull for them, and so on. And it just helps you manage it, because if you want to fatten them up, like we're going to aim to do with these, and also with every single one of these, really, except that, basically a Limousin, and this Hereford here. These 2 cows, my aim is to get them to breed. Now, really, I'd love it if we had the option built in to the realistic livestock mod to use AI, because you know, artificial insemination would be perfect option for us right now, because we could pay a premium, get something with really good genetics, and we know we could get these two in calf. Because you can see reproduction, it states, is there's no suitable animal or male animal, so bull, and the same with this one. And that's because we need it to be at 10 months, I think it is. I think it's 10 months. Oh no, that might be with the sheep. Actually, I'd have to check that. But yeah, see, it says here, bulls are healthy and older than 12 months can reproduce. So from 12 months onwards, they can reproduce. But if we look at this female, it says that animals that are healthy and older than 18 months can reproduce. So maybe we don't need to buy a bull because of the fact... I mean, I'm confused. I thought they could start breeding from 12 months on. I might be completely wrong here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to test this theory. We're going to buy this bull, because why not? And, yeah, let's just put that in a pasture. I know we're paying a fee to do that, so it's not ideal. But now if we go to this, it shouldn't have with this one. So its health is too low on that one. So now it says its health is too low. But this one doesn't say it. And the reason for that is because I bought it not long ago. So the bull that I've just bought as well won't have perfect health. Now, you can't see any info there. I think that's because in here, I need to apply the monitor. And then if we go to it here now, you can see that we have got a bit of information on it. Yeah, I mean, I'll have to wait and see now, see what happens. But I thought it was 12 months, but I might be completely wrong. It's been 10 days, so I haven't got a clue what I'm on about at the moment. But we'll keep an eye on it. We'll keep an eye. We'll be flying through, and I'll see when it gets into calf. But we've got no message there for that Hereford now saying that there's no suitable bull. But it does say 18 months onwards can reproduce, which probably, I don't know, it makes sense, doesn't it? 12 months is sooner. Maybe I'm just getting confused with, who knows, sheep or whatever else. But this one will shoot up at some point. It's just not long been in the pasture and not long had feed. But anyway, while that's doing that, we can actually get the job I wanted to do in the first place, which is, first off, we're going to drop off the mower and I'm going to pick up the front loader because I want to go and take it and sell it and buy a replacement. It's more suited to this size tractor. Mainly that's the problem I've found, is as good as this one is, it's quite, yeah, it's basically massive, isn't it? It's too big. So let's just drop that off there. You can see that's too big of a loader for this, in my opinion. Now, I found a mod pack that basically has the same 6M, but it comes with its own front loader that's more suited. Now, it's also got some really nice paint options as well, so if I had started again, I probably would have bought that version, even though this is a perfectly good tractor mod. But yeah, we'll go and get it swapped out and you'll see what I mean. It's much smaller. It's just more suited. It's not as long and sticking off the front. Bloody hell, he cut that close, didn't he? So if we just drive over to the store, we'll drive in here, place this down, and hopefully we can sell it from here. And oh wait, people around here have got some wicked mullets. He's just started out, but he's getting there. Right, so yeah, so if we just repaint it for 22, makes no difference. We'll sell this 8,400, and then what we want to do is we want to buy a new one. So if I go to small tractors and we'll find our version. So that's the one I'm using by Just Farming, the 6M one. And then there's this 6M that comes with, I'll just open it up quickly so you can see what I'm on about. But it's the same tractor, exactly the same, but you've got this special colour option. So you can have it in black and red, which actually looks pretty nice. And then this one, this is the one I probably would have gone with. I just love the black rims with the green trim to it. I think that would have been a nice option. So, yeah. But it doesn't go up to 140 like this one. The one I've currently got. It goes to 120. So we would have lost 20 horsepower, but I probably would have done it for that paint job. But there is also an orange one and a grey. Well, it's a black and then there's a graphite grey. So there is some really nice options to this. But what it does do is comes with a better front loader. You can see it's a lot shorter and you can actually match the colour that you would have gone with. So we obviously just want the standard. And we've lost £1,000 by doing it, but it's worth it because now we've got a front loader that's just going to look a lot better and more suited to this. And for what we want to do, which is just stacking bales, you know, it's pretty much spot on. So let's get this hooked on. We'll just have a quick look at it, and then we're going to lease out a windrow. See, that's much better. Much better. Yeah, we want to lease out a windrow, and I'm going to get a baler. I'm going to get a baler on lease because the baler that I've currently got won't run with this tractor. And I need to get that oats planted in. So there's just no point in me faffing about too much. But what we could try and do, that's 160. That's 110 though. I mean, a John Deere with a wrapper, 110. I mean, that would be the perfect baler right now to have. Let's just... no, we want to go back. Sort. I hate how the mods are grouped. So let's go to price, send in, and then no, disable the grouping of the mods. I don't know why that happens. I prefer it when it's just all combined into one, from the cheapest to the most expensive. We've also had the Straw Harvest DLC, which is free, basically. It's basically a mod. I don't know why it's come as a DLC, but it's by Creative Mesh, who do a cracking job. Who obviously do a really good job, and it's nice to see that back into the game. There's nothing really new added to it as far as I know, not as I've noticed as well, but yeah, it's nice that it has. I actually think with this being 110 horsepower, it's actually perfect for what we want to do. And I always think, when I see this baler, I always think it reminds me of when I went to FarmCon and they were presenting FS25 for the first time. Not this FarmCon just gone, the one before. And we saw that out in the field with the fog. And I think it's perfect for a John Deere setup as well, which I'm running. So let's lease this out. It's going to be a bit of money, but worth it to have a bit of fun. And it's got built-in wrapper, but we do need to get some net wrap for it. Right, first off, let's just get hooked up to this, because I know... because it looks like it's got no net and wrap, so we're going to have to buy... yeah, we're going to have to buy both. So let's just quickly... so let's get some net wrap. We'll go with John Deere, really. That's the probably the best one to do. Have we not got a John Deere? What is going on? We're going to have to go with probably with a generic one then. The Lizard one. I'm surprised there's no John Deere. Surely there's got to be a John Deere. Consumables... Fent. Yeah, there isn't. Right, well, if that's the case then... I mean, there is some Ranny wrap, but... and I don't mind the Ranny wrap one. I mean, there is a John Deere twine up there that looks pretty cool, so if we do need that... but because we've got a square baler, I'd probably go with the class twine. And... I mean, we could get some of that. We may as well, just because it's going to come in handy. So let's buy that, and I don't want molasses though. So what are we going to go with? We're going to have to go with the generic one, aren't we? Just a film binding, and we'll pick a... can we get... no, we can't, so we're just going to have to go with white. Right, I'm going to go with white and just some Ranny wrap. It does the job, and yeah, that's all sorted there. The only thing we do need... well, we will get there, I promise you. We just need a... windrow, and I'd rather go with a decent size. We've got a 9 metre there. I mean, don't want it too big because of the field layout, but I think if we went for this crone here, or a class, might be good to have a class set up. 7.4, and then there's an 8.4 there. Yeah, let's go with this class. Oh, we can up it to 8 metres though. So, yeah, let's get that as well. We'll lease that out. So, happy days. First thing I'm going to do, though, we're not going to take back. We're going to drive the baler. We're going to fill it up and drive it, and then we can come back for the windrow. But let's first fill this stuff up. Get some wrapping and some round and some net, and then we can get set up and actually get the ball rolling with it. It's been probably around 25 minutes in the video. Right, I'm ready to go. I've parked the baler just there. It's all fully loaded. Windrow's here. I've put the front weight on the tractor, and I've also taken off the front loader and parked that up. I still need to bring back the pallets that I've just bought and what we've got left, but I can always sort that out in between this episode and the next. I was looking at field 6 and 5 thinking, because we've got some cows obviously that are grazing, but you know, it's not always going to be like that, especially when the winter months kick in and the grass is not regrowing back. We're going to have to put something in, and I think if we just make silage, it should be good. We don't really need to make hay, which makes our life a little bit easier. The only problem I've got with this field is because we've only got 2, and we do want to make quite a lot of money from the beef stock, you know, by rearing them up and yeah, fattening them up basically and selling them. I want to get this field in a good state. Now, it does need ploughing, it does need lime, but after that, we should be good to go. I don't think it's going to require ploughing too often, and yeah, it's a difficult one. Now, someone did mention to me, and it was a comment that I got in one of the videos on Saxlingham, because I've always thought in my head, just going back, you know, I've played FS since 17, 19, sometimes you forget bits and bobs that change along the way. Now, I always thought it was every 3 harvests you'd need to plough, but the comment I got was saying it doesn't work like that anymore. It's now dependent on the crop you grow. So if you grow corn, for example, or a root crop, you've got to plough every time, and that makes perfect sense. But I know that in the real world of farming, it's good to plough after a certain period of time. It doesn't have to be 3 harvests. I mean, especially with chopping grass, you're probably going to go maybe 10 years without ploughing, but at some point, you know, it is recommended to plough it, and it will harvest. You know, it will help out. So I don't know how it works. I'm not 100% certain if that is the case. It probably is, but we'll see, because after 3 harvests, we're going to be doing like cereal crops. We've done 1 and we've ploughed, so you know, well, we subsoil, but it's the same thing. And if we do 3 cereal crops at least in one of the fields and it doesn't reset, then we know it's spot on, and we don't need to worry about ploughing, unless we do a crop like corn or a root crop that basically says you've done this crop, now you need to plough before you even think about planting anything else in, because it's the next stage, kind of thing. So yeah, but I do need to plough this, and we need to spread lime, and I want to get it the best it can possibly be, because of the fact we haven't got much grass fields as it is. And even though this series is not so much of a focus on grass working animals, it still has some part to play. But if we go to Precision Farm, you can see it's pretty much in need of everything. Like all my other fields as well, I'd got 0 nitrogen. When we harvested, they didn't have any nitrogen. But yeah, this is, I mean, it's a good field, really. I mean, it's perfect for the size we need, for, you know, and the amount of feed we need. So yeah, we got a lot of rolling to do as well. Now, if I was planting and I had the right seeder, which I do, I could have used, there's a mod that's come out that actually does the rolling. It simulates rolling as well as planting. If your seeder's got that kind of option on the back, you just have to activate it. But obviously, I've not activated it for the work. In fact, before I send him going in field 2, which is pretty much, you know, getting there now, I might see if I can activate it in the harvester, then set the work going, see then if field 2 doesn't require rolling like these other 3 fields will. It might save us a job, and also we can make use of that mod, which is a really good mod. Yeah, I'll hold off starting up as well until I know for certain. What have I done with this door here? Oh my god, I can open the bonnet. I don't want to open the bonnet. That's the last thing I want to do. But it's nice that it's got that option. There we go. Got the door shut eventually. Let's get in here anyway and set up to start going. But then I'm going to jump in the other John Deere, and as soon as he stops, we'll see if we can get it going. I know it's a keyboard command that I need to put in. So, yeah. See if it shows there, because I'll have to search it, or I'll have to have a look to see which one it is. But just like Control I or something. I've not actually used this mod yet. Downloaded it and thought, yeah, that's a really good idea. But I don't know. If it will work with a worker at the same time. So we'll have to test that out. It looks like the seeds are getting well, we might get the whole field done on the other one, or very close to it at least, with 1,000 litres left of seeds. Fingers crossed we will anyway. Right, so we're going to try it in this field, but technically this seeder wouldn't have it as an option. It's a direct seeder though. You can see the wheels at the front kind of flattening everything down. This is kind of separating the ground, kind of creating the rows, and then down here at this section, this is where the seeds are actually being applied to the ground and they're coming out into the rows, and then this kind of just taps down the soil after. So there is no roller effect on it, but I just want to see how it works and if it works with this one. So if I just press Control C, which is what it is, you can see that in the F1 menu at the top, I've got Activate Roller. So now it should be activated. And if we press it, you know, start it up, which is what I've done with the worker, I'm hoping this works as an option. I mean, nice to see if it does. I mean, ideally I wouldn't do it with this seeder though, that's the thing, but I just want to check it out. So if it don't matter this time around one field, but I'd have to know that I've got a seeder with a roller on the end for me to feel comfortable using it. But it's planted in, and yeah, it looks like it doesn't actually need rolling, so it's working. So that is pretty cool. So at least we know going forward we can use that mod. If we get a roller that's you know, a seeder and a roller combined, then yeah, we will make the most of that. But anyway, let's get this done. It shouldn't take too long. We've got a decent size windrow, and we've also got a really good baler.
Out here dancing like an acrobat. You got more to hide than a Siamese cat. Cold and labor chasing after you. They tell you what to wear and tell you what to do. Out there living by an old salt mine. You wonder all the way and wonder all the time. While you're waiting for the future, we'll be out here making history. And if you're jumping from the window, close your eyes and hop right down to me. Out here dancing with a broken shoe. You're a model A, it's really coming through. You keep tripping over me. I'm falling so fast I can hardly even see. Tell me, what do you want more than here and now? A spinning clear mind on a merry-go-round. While you're waiting for the future, we'll be out here making history. While you're thinking about the last one, close your eyes and hop right down to me. You were born to quote the Raven. We're not coming, I believe. Getting tired of all the Joneses, trying to make a home between our hearts. Tell me we're together when it all goes dark. After all the money and the fame departs. When a tree falls down, does it make a sound? Who even really cares if we won't be around? making history. Well, they're waiting for the future. We'll be out here making history.
Right, welcome back, everybody. The seed is going well. I had to put another 2,000 litres in to the seeder, so it is properly going through. I feel like it's increased what it was doing before, which is strange because it's all the same. Like I've checked, it's still all the same type of soil, which means it's going to have the same seed rate. But yeah, that is a lot different. It feels that way anyway. Maybe it's something to do with the mod that's making it so I don't have to roll, but I don't know. It don't matter anyway. This is taking a long time though because my bale size, it's just 3,500 litres. It's such a small volume in game for them bale sizes. So yeah, and I can't increase the size bale that I'm dropping. So what I might do is increase that volume to 5,000. Sorry, and I've done that previously with the actual base game file. So I think it's the fact that I'm using the mod that adds the net, different types of net wrap and stuff like that, which is not as needed as it was previously because of the fact it's built into the game. So I could have gone with generic, but I think what it is, it's not the wrap, it's the bale net, or it could be the wrap. No, because surely the wrap's the ranny one. So I'd have to just check what it is that's causing that, but I'll increase it definitely, and I'll make all bales at this 125, I think it is 120 size, have 5,000 litre capacity, because it's just a lot, and you end up peppering the field with so many bales. So yeah, I think that's gonna have to happen. But I'm enjoying the baling, definitely enjoying the baling. I've got quite a, it's going to take me a bit of time just because of the fact I'm dropping so many bales, and it's just a lot of stop starting. And I've got that other field to do, so I'll make sure to get it done. I'll cut back in when I got it finished, and then we're going to have to figure out what we're going to do to bring them back. Should I manually load them on? If I do that, I probably want to buy a bale grab, a proper one, or we could just auto load them, because they're going to get stored in the auto load shed. So it'd be nice to load and manually put them in, but I know I want to get the ball rolling after this episode and probably move to something like spraying and rolling, because yeah, I'm interested to get to like the winter months to sell all the crop that we've got sitting in the silo, because we're going to need the money. I'm chopping down fast. I think the start of the episode was at 40,000, but with leasing all this equipment out, it's it's dropped me down to like 21. But when I return this equipment, I should get some of that back. So we'll see. We'll make a call. I'll think about it, and then, yeah, when I've got this field done, we can decide what we're going to do. Right, I've stopped there. I haven't done the small field over there. I've got 32 bales, which is a lot for this. I'm going to have to change the capacity of them. Now, I know I've got it set up on my Bevington Farm save game where it's using the base game files, and because of that, the 125 size bales actually come out as 5,000 litres, which is a nice number, especially when you're doing feed mixes and stuff like that. And I want it the same, so I don't know which mod it's drawing from. It could be that the map's got its own bales. It could be. I don't think it is, because I didn't notice anything like that. But if it is, I can easily change that. But if it is the bale wrap mod, if we go into... just go into pallets, not that one, this one. This is the one we want. So this one here, this bale net add-on by DD Mod Passion. There's a few of them. It's got to be one of them, I'm thinking, because I got it activated, that's drawing through. Now, I know I bought the generic foil wrap, which comes with DD Mod Passion. I wonder what the... I'm just trying to think now. This surely, because it's all base game stuff now. Like that, for example, that's a base game one, and then you've got the one that comes with that mod. But you got that one, and then this one. But where's the generic version to that? Because I'm sure there is a generic option. I don't even know. because I'm not actually that fussed about this mod because it's built into the game now. It's not like I need this. Let's be honest. So I know there is twine and wrap and obviously net wrap. So I don't really know where the I don't really know where the base game ones are, unless I've just completely overlooked it. Then, I mean, what we could do is just go to baler consumables. It should be in here. So it looks like there's only one, which again is strange. Is the mod? Wait a minute. I'm very confused. I'll be honest, because I thought that we had twine now and net wrap built into the game. So this mod must be making it so we've no longer got the generic ones, which is a strange thing to do for a mod. If that is the case, I'm probably going to remove the mod because I don't like it taking out base game stuff. But then again, I'm surprised. So I'm going to do some testing before the next episode and figure out what it is that's going on here. But I mean, I could just go to the base game stuff. Don't really need this. It's nice to have the options and stuff, but I mean, it's not like you see any of it. You just like nothing's changed for me currently with having this mod. I bought the Rennie wrap anyway, and that's the only visuals thing I see because I'm doing silage bales. I mean, it's nice to have the options for the twine and everything like that, but where the base game options gone? So very strange, definitely strange. I'm not actually sure, but I know they're built into the game. I know they are because it was one of the things they promoted, and it should just be like on a pallet, for example, like this. But I'm not seeing any generic ones except the Ranny wrap. So I think it's that mod, and I kind of don't like the idea of that mod taking out the base game options, forcing you to use this. That's just my personal opinion on that. So if that is the case, I'll just remove the mod. Go with the base game options. But we'll go from there. I need to adjust it anyway, even if I carry on using it. So I will be doing some testing straight after I finish the recording. And then when it is at 5,000 litres, I will go and do the second field because I got 30, I think it was 36 or 32. Let's have a look. I've got a bale counter. It's 32. So 32 bales. And we've still got that other field to do. I think what I'll do now is just drive back, pot this up. I'm going to return the windrow because I don't really need that, but I'm not going to return this because I have technically got some grass still in it, and also the bale wrap and the net wrap. So, yeah. I don't want to return it and lose out on what I've spent there. And I've already spent quite a lot in this episode. I also need to clean off this tractor. Thankfully, it's done its job. We've planted in all the fields now. So the next task is going to be to make sure we roll 3, 7, and 19, them 3 fields. And then we'll be doing some spraying. Hopefully, just spraying a fertilizer because we did subsoil. So because of that, hoping we don't get any weeds growing in them 3 fields, or in them 4 fields. And then we'll go straight into the winter months, sell the grain we've got, which is actually quite a good number. Go to our stock check. You can see we've got 163,000 litres of wheat. So we can get that sold. And then we move on to the harvest and keep an eye on the cows in the process. They've got plenty of feed at the moment. I think they've got about 30,000 litres of meadow grass. And that will keep getting consumed, but then refreshing. We should get another chunk there with this only being in September at least. So we don't have to worry about feeding anytime soon with the silage, but at least we've got the feed when we need it over winter. But on that note, I'm going to leave the video there. I'll get it sorted with the net wrap and figure out what's going on there. It's strange that I've not got the options for the base game anymore, so I will look in to see if that mod removes it. I find that really strange if it does. I don't know. I kind of just don't like the idea of that when it removes a base game item. Yeah, very strange. But I don't know if it does. It might just be me thinking crazy things. But I know it's not there anymore as an option to use in game, and that is strange in itself. So I'm going to do some testing. If I'm wrong, I'll make sure to say it at the start of the next episode. But if I am right, then I'll give you all an update on what I've done. But I'll definitely be doing 5,000 litre capacity in these 125 sizes going into that field. But thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video. If you have, give it a thumbs up for me. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button for more videos just like this one on Farming Simulator. See you, everybody.